And we're back. Miller was spreading so much fake news that Riverside decided that we needed to stop.
Good thing we're not using Riverside.
Oh, not Riverside. God damn it.
Loser.
They're gonna kick us out, whoever it is.
Riverside, please come back to us.
No, they are.
All right, Miller. Go ahead. What would you say the
I don't even
offense
know what we were
did?
talking about. Offense?
We were talking about offense. Should there be concerns because of how the offense performed?
Let's start off and look at the overview of the entire offense, because that's what the focus should be. The offense as a whole put up 386 yards. Are you really going to be concerned for an offense that puts up 386 yards? Yes, majority of that was via the running attack. But then again, the Saints were playing too high zone, limiting the passing game. So what did we do? We took advantage with our running game. So if anything, we should be excited for the fact that we actually have a competent offensive coach that can see the weaknesses in the defense and take advantage of them. They did that via Swift and they did that via Monangai, who both had great games. But I mean, at the end of the day, Caleb even came out after the game. He didn't have the greatest game. He missed throws. And the biggest thing, right?
No, you already started talking about Caleb. We have to. You're taking time out of your minute.
No, yeah. I'm not.
You mentioned him. Nope, you mentioned him. So, ladies and gentlemen,
oh my god, this is so fucking annoying.
It is my genuine happiness to bring you our latest segment of the Trio of Positivity podcast. My voice is not enough for it. We're gonna let this lovely AI introduce. His minute starts when he says the first word. Take us there, girl. Trio of Positivity podcast. What a fucking banger. Oh, we're not playing it again. All right, go ahead, Miller.
Let's go back to 2024 NFL draft. The fan base was torn. Do we draft Caleb? Do we keep Fields? Well, we ended up trading Fields to the Steelers. And what happened? He got benched for Russell Wilson, who lost in the playoffs. He then signs with the Jets. Goes 0-7 and proceeds to get benched again. Justin Fields, that quarterback that was a Chicago Bear, in his last 6 quarters of football, he has put up 99 yards passing and allowed 12 sacks for 76 yards. For those counting, that is a net 23 yards of passing in 6 quarters of football. I do not need to talk about touchdowns, as he has 0. I wish nothing against Fields, but the Fields truthers need to go away. If someone in our chat dared to text that they would rather have Fields and Caleb, come on, bro, get off your knees. 57 seconds.
And then just to show proof, that's the timer. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the first glazing minute that Miller did not go over. So
that's not true.
This psychological project that I decided to have on Miller is working exactly how I needed it to work.
That is not true. The last one was like 30 seconds.
Well, that's because you chose not to. You chose to go on a different route.
Would you like to call out whoever was on the knee for Justin Fields?
No, I don't think I need to do that. Okay, I think it's pretty apparent.
I mean,
but getting back to the offensive point, because
hold on. There's one thing that I want to say. I love that you just said that Fields allowed 12 sacks. That is a fucking statement, because if that's the case, Caleb allowed how much last season? Woo, boy.
Yeah, right. He allowed like 60 something sacks, and I heard about it all fucking year.
He's awful. All right.
He also threw for 3,500 yards. Has Fields even come close to that?
Awful.
How about its 4-game winning streak? Has Fields done that either?
So yes, actually he has. You forgot about. He actually forgot. Okay.
No, he has not. Go look it up. The last 4-game winning streak was actually your boy, Mitch Trubisky in 2018.
Wait, Fields only got 3? I thought he got 4.
Fields never had 4. I don't even know if he had
3. I thought it was 3.
I think it was 3. Remember when he was running like crazy?
When he was breaking record after record, and Miller got all happy and thought he was a QB of the future.
Can we get back to the offense since you just ignore me?
Yes, we can go back to the offense.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Yes. So the passing offense for the Bears was not very good. Caleb came out after the game and talked about it, how he made a lot of mistakes. I honestly feel like I'm very impressed with Ben Johnson as our coach. I'm very happy that he's our coach. Obviously, Caleb is still a work in progress. Showing improvement this last game was obviously a step back. The most important takeaway is at the end of the day, still scored 26 points, still had almost 400 yards total offense. Those are signs of a complete team and a complete offense. You don't have to rely on one player to win all the time. And I think this thought process of Caleb's the first overall pick in the draft. Yes, he is, whatever. Realistically, if you think about draft picks at this point, they're just a number. I mean, you have Brock Purdy that was the last fucking pick of the draft, and he's now making $55 million. What does it really matter? It matters what you do going forward. You can't put these guys on a high pedestal. You look at Sam Darnold, who had sucked, and now he's been playing at a high level after about 5 years. And you also look at Baker Mayfield. Both of them were basically written off, high round picks. They took a few years, and now they're probably both considered top 7 quarterbacks in the NFL currently playing. So get over the fact that he was the first overall pick. He has to continue to improve. That's the bottom line. But he's winning games, and that's the most important thing. And
that is such a
that was actually like another Miller Glaze.
Yeah, that's such a cop-out answer too, though. Because you're saying like we're gonna ignore that he's a first-round pick. The Bears basically did everything possible to make that happen. Like that was what the game plan was gonna be.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. What do you mean? When you're trading and then you suck, you're gonna get a first-round pick. And
we weren't the reason that we sucked.
Hold on, we had the discussion though that if you're a first-round pick in any organization, you're supposed to start producing like this. So how is it that we're not having that same standard? That is not true
for quarterbacks. We never had that standard for quarterbacks.
What's the standard for
first
quarterbacks?
Of all, I think like growth. Burrow, Stroud, and Jane Daniels really like spiked the expectations for quarterbacks. And I see where Chris you're coming from, but to be fair, that was not the standard, and they're still the exception, right? We probably have
But those are still. But are they being? Are we holding them to a different standard than we're holding CW?
No, everyone's being judged on the same spectrum. The success they had in the first year was unprecedented, is what I'm trying to say, and that doesn't happen with everybody.
I'm wrong. I misstated. It's you can hold them to that level. But it's just like the expectation that he's going to be a freaking superstar, all-star right off the bat needs to temper down.
No, that's what I was saying.
You look what he did last year. He still put up respectable numbers, threw for 3,500 yards, 20 TDs to 9 interceptions.
While running for his life.
Like, he's
producing. Do I need to give you another glaze?
Is he the best?
Calm down.
No, he's not the best in that draft class now. Right now, you probably consider him 3rd or 4th possibly in that draft class. But does that mean that he's an awful quarterback? No. Does that mean that he's not going to have mistakes? No. But I don't know. I'm just sick of hearing but he was the number 1 overall pick. Who the fuck gives a shit at this point? He's your quarterback. He's going to be your quarterback for the next 4 years, probably. Hopefully a hell of a lot more.
I'm with you, Miller. Like the press conference after was great, right? He took accountability and said, "Hey, the passing game didn't look great, running game did great." He did that, so that gives me hope.
Here's the thing, gives me hope. Here's the thing: every quarterback we've had has always been great at the podium, so that's irrelevant at this point. We can't keep using that as a way of how quarterbacks need. Every quarterback at a podium says what they have to say. Like
no, not Tua.
Except Tua. I overstated with Tua.
But not Cam Ward. He said.
But here's my thing. Hold on. Let me make this point. If he says something different, are we going to hold him to that same standard? Meaning, if he was to say, you know what, my receiver should have gotten that pass, or I'm saying if he was to take it the other way around, are we then going to say, yeah, that's the right thing he did, or no, he shouldn't have said that? Like, when it comes to what people say in press conferences, take it with a grain of salt. It's just PR. bullshit coming out of people's mouth. He did say the right things. Good for him. I get it. But we can't keep using that as the standard because we said the same thing with Fields. We said the exact same thing with Fields.
I was going to say, you're right. All the quarterbacks that we've had have been able to talk in press conference. You know who, but that's not necessarily true that everybody can. Because you saw Eberflus last year got extremely flustered during press conferences, especially when he was getting attacked.
And so much so that we would talk about it every podcast, saying the answers.
No, but see the thing with that though, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I was the first one to bring that up. That was weird, and I think Miller agreed after listening to it again, if I remember right, because there was the one press conference where like, what the fuck is he talking about?
There was
one in particular, and then I think at that time we started saying, no, he might be out.
It got bad because he started off like when he got his new haircut and he was all buddy with the media.
Haircut looked great. The beard looked great.
It turned really quick. So, I mean, you're not always good at press conferences, but you are right. Our quarterbacks have all been pretty good, and they've all taken accountability for everything.
Even Badgen's great on he had a great reaction to his contract. Like, come on. Here's my thing, and we'll go into the next topic. My thing with Caleb. Is he a great quarterback? Yes, of course he's a great quarterback. Will he make mistakes? Yes, he will make mistakes. But the thing that people were shitting on this team is that when we didn't have a run game, we were like, oh my God, the world is lost. How are we going to do this? And we have a run game, and now the passing is getting into question.
It's one game.
It's still, I understand. It's one game. Yeah, he didn't throw for 200. He threw for 200 every game except this one. It's against the Saints, though. Should he have thrown 200 and more? Yeah, I think so.
At home.
Should he have performed better than what he did? Yeah, you're supposed to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Like there's no other way around it.
By 12 points.
Yeah, but it was not in the way that I wanted it. I wanted it to be more dominant. I wanted the
You literally almost predicted the score.
Hey, Chris,
you literally almost predicted the score.
Chris, keep your bedroom fantasies out of this podcast, okay? You want to be dominated, keep it outside the podcast.
Listen, my safe words apples. We can get over that point. But my thing is that what I don't want to happen, and this happens with the Bears so fucking often, is that when one thing goes great, it then flusters. And then it just stops.
Buddy, I don't know what Bears you're watching. You know why I didn't take Bears in Survivor this week? Because usually if this is the game, the Bears would let you down. A team we're supposed to beat at home after winning 2 away games, these are the games we would lose. That's why I didn't take him in Survivor. But the fact that thing is, when you have
this offensive-minded coach we're seeing the improvement with Caleb. That's what I'm saying. And then to have this drop against the Saints, that's
400 yards of offense.
I'm talking about Caleb. I'm not talking about I'm talking just strictly Caleb.
Guys, let's also talk about the Saints, right? Their head coach, who they fired, is our defensive coordinator. Do you think they were also angry and playing this game? Like Miller was saying, they did everything to like frustrate like Caleb with the too high and everything. They had a game plan too. They were also playing inspired. Yes, we didn't look great, but because they were also probably playing inspired. And
in the NFL, everyone's playing inspired. Like that's not a thing.
I'm really struggling. Yes, we had a lot of turnovers. Yes, I will agree with that. We had 2 punts on the day, 400 yards of offense, 26 points, and you're still sitting here complaining about one facet of the offense.
Yes. Well, like we kicked too many field goals, I guess is the only thing they can complain about.
That's a huge, and the snapping issues that's happening for some reason. But I mean, at the end of the day, we did what we needed to do to beat a shitty team. Could we beat a good team with the way we played? Absolutely not. But guess what? We weren't playing a good team. Can Caleb improve? Absolutely. He played like trash. But take a step fucking back.
See, you say that, and then later on, if he throws for like 100 yards, it's like, well, they played inspired. The other team knew what they had to do to beat them. Like I just don't.
If we have 250 yards of offense, then we can come chat.
Sure. All right.
But moving on to my question of the day.
Yeah, go for it.
Because that's what I have.
Does everyone have a question of the day? What is my question of the day?
You could put it on there.
You can put it on there. We have fun with it.
All right. Okay.
So, realistic question to the both of you. I heard on my favorite sources. You know them and you love them. But
Twitter?
Realistically, would you rather have a 10-7 playoff team led by the defense and running game, or have a 7-10 non-playoff team where Caleb throws for 4,000 yards and you know that he is the quarterback for the Bears for the next 10 years?
Are you saying which you would want to see happen?
Which would you rather have this year?
The first one.
You'd rather go 10-7?
Yeah.
I think I'd go 10-7. I think this is the easiest question I'll have all day.
Oh, I think you're both completely wrong. I think I've said it. I've preached it for the last 2 years. The most important thing about this team is knowing that you have a quarterback. So I want to know
that the playoffs.
What does it matter?
I mean, we didn't have them.
Do you really think we're going to win the Super Bowl this year? So what does it fucking matter?
None of us had it going to the playoffs. For the
none
record.
of us have. So wait. Wait a minute. So you're saying we only hold on. Stop. You're only saying we need to go to the playoffs if we're winning the Super Bowl. That's all you're saying.
I don't agree.
I'm saying that I don't want to be the 2020 Bears that limped into the playoffs with Mitch Trubisky, went to the Saints and got completely destroyed. That's what I don't want.
Didn't we have a bye?
No, we were that was 2018. This was the second year when we got in. I think they created the third wild card and we limped in.
Oh, and they got destroyed. That's how we got the home game. Okay, my bad. Okay.
We didn't get a home game. We were in Saints. But to me,
I've been a COVID Nickelodeon game.
To me, I've been preaching since we got Caleb that we need to know that he's the guy. Going to the playoffs 10-7, led by the defense.
It will give your boy experience. What do you mean?
Who cares?
Miller, it's year two.
You're so backward minded.
I need to know that he's going to be the guy. I don't want to see another 3,200 yard passing quarterback and bullshit. I want to know that he can take this team to the next level in the future.
He already had 3,500 yards under the flu system. Like, will 4,000 yard make that much difference for you?
It literally breaks the record for the Bears. We've never done it.
I get it.
Are you kidding me? It would literally be the front page story on ESPN.
But we're still going to Cancun. What does it fucking matter?
Because it's called growth, Chris. That's the goal of the sport.
So is taking a team to the playoffs, going 10-7.
Also, it's year two, right? Like I don't know.
And year one under Johnson, and you don't want to go. Oh, no, this.
But if you're okay with him taking a step back,
Miller, you're literally saying you don't provide any feedback on what his passing numbers would be. You're telling me I would want the Bears to go
3,200. That's what
say if he went 3,200 yards, 20 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, were led by the defense in the running game.
We're going to the playoffs. Take me to the playoffs.
Yep.
We're going to the playoffs.
Crazy.
Okay, Miller, think about this, okay? Caleb throws for 4,000 yards. What does that give? Like, yes, it's
growth.
That going to the playoffs is not growing?
Yes. Going to a playoff
is growing. It's growing, but it's not growing the most important position on the team.
500 yards does that much for you. I don't believe that. If he had not thrown for 3,500 yards,
created this question specifically to trigger me. There's no other way you create this question.
I didn't create the question. I just thought it was a good question because I've always preached that the most important thing that we need to find out is if Caleb's the guy. If we go to the playoffs without him being the guy, it doesn't help our situation.
Dude, if we win a playoff game, I don't even care. I don't even care playoff game. If we beat Green Bay twice a year, I don't care if he throws for 400 yards a year. I think fuck playoffs.
I want to make
4,000 yards does nothing for me. I'm sorry.
Wait, answer this question for me, Boobin. Hold on. Answer this question for me, Boobin. I just. So what you're saying is that if the Chicago Bears, for some miracle, win the Super Bowl, but Caleb threw for 3,200 yards. You'd be disappointed that Caleb was not the guy.
Yeah, he's not going to celebrate
the Super Bowl.
He's not going to celebrate.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
no. But please answer the question. No. I know that's not what you're saying. I'm just asking. I'm saying answer the question.
Of course, I would be excited, but I would be questioning if Caleb's the guy.
Oh my god!
If it's led by our defense and our running back, you all would be too. Did you guys sit back and say Rex Grossman was our quarterback for the next 20 years?
Wait, who was our running back? You just described the 2006 Bears.
Yeah, Forte? It was Thomas Jones.
Yeah,
Forte
and Benson and Fort. Well, no, yeah, it was Benson.
It wasn't Forte.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't Forte. It was
Thomas and Benson. But that was all defense and special teams because Hester was a guy.
Yes.
Sexy Rexy did his job and gave the ball off.
And we then went into a cycle of getting new quarterbacks the next few years. So you want to continue doing that
following year, and then we had
he was gone. That's like my point. I mean, it would be great if we got to the Super Bowl.
Okay,
the point is that the most important position has been solidified. It's not about 4,000 yards. It's knowing that Caleb is the guy.
Chris, I got him. Okay,
we gotta speed this up. We're already at 41 minutes.
We are going back in time. Somehow, by the luck of the draw, we land Joe Burrow. Okay, he takes us to the Super Bowl first year. Okay, crazy 4,000 yards. He had a crazy year, I think. Probably more than that. But look at since then, right? Hurt, hasn't made it through. Would you be happy with that? Miller,
that's a great question.
Would you asking me if I would trade Caleb Williams for Joe Burrow?
No.
Yes,
he gave you a scenario.
I would do that in a second. I don't know what you're asking me.
You'd never go back to the Super Bowl.
Yes,
that's not true. As of now,
Burrow hasn't gotten back yet.
No.
He went the first year and he has not been back since.
He threw for 4,000 yards. He's the guy.
Yeah,
but we don't go trade. I would trade Caleb for Joe Burrow in a second.
You are ridiculous. Boys, I'm changing the conversation. There's a couple things I want to talk about this game. Real quick, want to bring it up to the floor. At this time, does Chicago have a fight when it comes to the kickers? Is there a kicker battle? Miller, what do you think?
I'm so torn on this question. I really don't think there is, but I'm also very concerned that Moody's just needed a change of scenery, and he's going to be really good, and he's going to go to like the Packers or something because there's no way we can keep him. But I honestly don't think there is. The only way this becomes a thing is if we put Santos on the IR and then Moody is our kicker for the next few weeks.
I think Santos is gone next year. I don't know about this year, but I think Santos is gone next year, and I think we'll keep Moody.
But okay, I would love to agree with you, but the bottom line is we can only bring him back up from the practice squad one more time without signing him to a contract. So that means that we're going to be having two kickers on our 53-man roster. Okay. You really want that?
No, I don't want that. We barely, we need all the help we can get.
But, honestly, I'm fine with keeping Moody.
We need Santos on the IR, season-ending IR, basically, or IR of some sort.
Or just IR for like 4 more weeks, and then Moody will be our kicker to see if he's actually good. I mean, I think he's done really well for us. Like he's 8 for 9. The only miss was a block, but the problem is he's done everything inside the 40. He hasn't done anything 50. Santos has been good. It's concerning because he's coming back from an injury.
I know Santos cannot do 50, so like at least this guy, let's see.
Santos has been decent this year from 50.
Is he okay? I'm not.
But the one thing I really like about Moody that you watch is his kickoffs too. It's just like every fucking time. Maybe I just wasn't watching close enough with Santos. No, every time it's in like the corner on the 5-yard line, and our special team coverage is shit.
No. Remember the first game we lost, Minnesota? Wasn't there a kickoff issue with Santos? Like, he kicked it inside.
Miller did bring up a point where our kickoffs just seemed to be a little bit better. And
it was something along the lines of we didn't want them to bring the ball out to waste the clock or something like that.
Right.
We wanted to kick him out of the end zone so they could just, I don't remember what it was. But I don't know. What do you
like?
I think you keep Moody
all for field goal battles. Like battle every position. Let's have the best player on the team. Like it's complicated.
You can't do that in the middle of the season, though.
I know. But like, if you get a kick over 50, sign him.
We're going to go right into the end of this game. We had a lot to talk about, but if you had to give out your performer of the game or who was a standout of the game, who do you have? Boopin, would you start us off?
Yeah, like running backs. Like maybe the whole line, the scheme, whatever gets it too, but running game has not looked this good in a while. 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like the Manan guy scores his first touchdown, hands off. They are the heroes of the game for me.
I just realized you failed the assignment because I said performer, not performers. Miller, what do you got?
I failed as well, but I'll use it in a different way. I'm going to go with linebackers. So I'll meet
That's
your
still
criteria.
More than one. I really don't know why you guys can't read.
Edmonds and Edwards were my the standout linebackers. They played off the charts. Edmonds had an interception. Edwards is just coming back. He's changed the run defense, and really we held them to, I think, 44 yards. So the linebackers played really well this game.
So here's what I'll do. I'll split the difference. I'll keep Swift as my performer of the game. Boopin, you can have Manan guy, and that's how we solve that. All right, we're going to go into the positivity score recap. We're just going to go ahead and dive right into it. I was at a 6.5. Bump me up again. I am at a 7 for positivity, which I think is one of the highest that I've been in the middle of the season. I'm very happy for Swift. Very happy because he got so much shit the first couple games. People were like, why did we sign him?
Some guy said he's going to be a fantasy standout.
Sure. Sure.
Let's go
I just
back
love
to
the way that he's been playing. I finally feel like he's getting the love he deserves. Boopin, you haven't been here for a while. What would you say has been your recap since you've been gone, and has it gone up since then?
Yeah, like when I left, we were like 0-2, I think, and people were like calling for heads and whatever. So like it's been, maybe it was 1-2 when I left, but anyway, they've won a lot since. They're looking better, like running game, like post bye especially defense, running game really stepped up. Some opportunities there for sure. I'm gonna keep it at a 6. Get to learn a little bit what the team is doing and stuff like that. But for now, 6.
All right, and Miller, round us out, please.
I'm gonna keep it at a 7.
Wow.
Oh. This is the most positive 6.5 average. I don't think this is the most positive we've ever been on.
I never would have thought that Miller and I would be the highest rated and Boopin would be the lowest rated. I don't think I've seen that in quite some time.
I try to keep it steady. I don't get too high when it's high, too low when it's low. That's my game.
All right, boys, we're going to look into next week. The Chicago Bears will play the Baltimore Ravens at M&T Stadium at 12. The odds, interestingly enough, the Bears are underdogs at 6.5.
A 4-2 team is underdog against a 1-5 team. It's only happened 2 other times in the history of NFL from what I could find.
So with that being said, I want to start us off. What do the Bears need to do to win this game? And I'm going to say the comment that Miller has been waiting for me to say. I want Lamar Jackson. I want him on this game. And I want the Bears to beat the crap out of him. I want to see him get sacked. I want to see him throw interceptions. I want to see everything possible against this man so that the defense can get the love it deserves. And also, Baltimore's look bad with him on the field anyway. So,
what are you smoking?
Yeah, like
good stuff, brother. I don't know what you're missing.
I was gonna say, what do the Bears need to do to win? Pray that Lamar doesn't play. That's my answer. Their defense was hurt, but they're coming back. Like I think Roquan is coming back.
Roquan's back, yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton came back last week, and their quarterback Owezie is coming back this week too. So they're probably as healthy. They have one cornerback who's probably going to miss, but as healthy as can be. Pray
their defensive tackle is out for the year too. They have a few injuries to the defensive front,
and they traded a couple away, which is interesting. But I think their physical style of play, which is what they're known for, they haven't played it this year. Probably injuries are part of it, but yeah, like fucking pray that Lamar doesn't come back is my answer.
The only argument that I can even make to even kind of support Chris's dumbass argument is maybe his lack of mobility due to the injury keeps him in the pocket, so he's not as dynamic of a quarterback. If he would have said that, I would have maybe given him some props other than his garbage argument, because having Lamar on the team is not a good thing. But realistically, what can we do to win this game? I think the biggest downfall that we're having right now is we're running into just complete debauchery when we get into field goal range and close to the goal line. I think in order to be a good team in this league, you need to start turning field goals into touchdowns. And until we do that, we can beat the shitty teams as we've proven, but we may not be able to play with the big boys.
I don't know. I just feel like for this defense, would you say has the defense gotten a signature win yet?
No. I don't even know if you can say the Bears. Well, I guess the Commanders was a pretty
That's
good
the only
win.
thing I could think of, but we really haven't had a game where it's like the defense has been, I don't want to say, I guess I have to say dominant from start to finish.
They've pretty much dominated these last few games, but I mean, signature win. I mean, you can say that the Commanders was, but at the end of the day, Jaden's kind of injured and they didn't have their entirety of their receiving core. But
plus, like, we haven't got sacks. Like, we haven't got sacks. So, like, what's dominant, right? Even if we get takeaways, which we're leading the league in, by the way, but we don't get sacks, doesn't look as dominant. So, I don't know if you'll get one.
I would completely disagree with that.
Right? Like,
I
if
think
you don't
turnovers, there's more domination than sacks.
I don't know. It's just like somehow like that's what I'm saying. We have some parts, but the picture is not full. Like there's some parts missing, which is sacks, in my opinion. Because if you get sacks, you get takeaways, you probably like have a good chance you're like blanking out the other team, right? Or at least like getting them to score minimal points.
Yeah, I saw something because of our takeaways. We've basically taken 35% of the opponent's drives away from them because of all of our takeaways. And that's a huge number. So, I mean, just because you get a sack doesn't mean that you're going to stop their drive. Having a takeaway stops them, gives us the advantage immediately.
Yeah, I think this is just I guess you could say it's the homer in me. I just want to see this team get a win against a top tier quarterback and solidify that this defense is what Chicago has always wanted, which is a hard-nosed defense. It gives zero shits, and we're getting into the colder part of the year, and defense always seems to be the thing that lifts everyone up because the damn sure ain't the offense and the damn sure ain't the quarterback, so we got to rely on someone.
400 yards.
I hear you, but I don't. This may not be the defense to do that. I think we're a couple pieces away.
Fair enough. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about how the Ravens are. They're currently 1-5. Jackson has been out a couple games now. They don't seem to be scoring as much. I'm looking at the previous games and they scored a lot, but that's when he was injured. And even the loss that they took against the Lions, that was a fucking barn burner of the game. Miller, what can the Ravens do to win this game?
They need to get out to a lead. I think that's the only way that the Ravens can really operate their fully blown offense with Derrick Henry. They need to get out to a lead so they can establish the run early and often. If they don't do that and they start getting into this, if they don't get Derrick Henry rolling, they're going to have a tough time winning.
Yeah. The physical style of play, like I said earlier, they need to get back to that. They still are like the 10th best team rushing the ball. They're still Lamar, there's still Derrick Henry there. They need to get back to that. So like Miller said, establish that, put some score up on the board, and defensive pieces are back. Let them do their thing and like just play their normal game of football. The spread is fair. Away game. Like honestly, if Lamar was healthier, this is probably 8-9 point game spread. I'm thinking, even with all the hype with the Bears. So I think it's fair. They need to get back to their brand of football. This will be a good reality check for the Bears for sure.
I don't know if this is a good reality check. Just I get it. I just don't necessarily think it's the main one. My main concern is Derrick Henry going to blow up for a game? I think he's due. I think fantasy people want him to break open his 3 touchdown game and whatever yard he would hit with those scores and those breakaway runs. Haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I think if the Ravens rely on the rushing game and kind of our defense seems to struggle with it a bit, we'll be in trouble. I hope Sweat has another game where he controls the outside and maybe put some pressure on Jackson if he's in. But if not, I think If Jackson doesn't play, what do you think the spread is at that point?
Looking at the over/under and the spread, Jackson's absolutely playing.
If he wasn't, what would it change to in your opinion?
Like 2.5. Them favored by 2.5.
Bears favored or
no
Ravens?
Ravens.
So you're giving the Ravens home benefit. Okay.
Their defense is getting healthier. I think that will be respected. What do you think, Miller?
He's still out. He was still out yesterday. He's yet to practice.
Dude, over/under of 50.
Friday, right? Friday's when they have to decide. If he's listed as doubtful on Friday, I don't think
he needs to practice. He needs to have some limited practices.
I think tomorrow's. Tomorrow.
I think tomorrow's practice is probably the biggest one because that'll be the start of the practice report.
Think about it this way, right? Their season's on the line. They're 1-5. If they want this season, if like they came into the year with Super Bowl aspirations, right? If he's like even like 50-60%, like will they push him to go because their season's on the line, or like will Cooper Rush get the job done against the Bears is the question, I think, because how long do you keep him out after the bye?
Well, you're not going to play him at 50-60%.
You can't.
Even if they're 1-5?
50%? Yes.
Their season's on the line. Like if they go 1-6, I think that they're done. Like the playoff odds are like
you don't play somebody without a right foot. Okay, that's like 50%. like if you're talking like if he's like 90%, that's maybe a question of are they going to play him or not.
70%.
But I think it's dependent on this on the division. I think they're done. 1-4. The Browns are higher than them right now, or 1-5. I'm sorry. Pittsburgh is leading that division. Cincinnati without Burrow, they're 3-4. I mean, if you really think you can save the season after this game, it's going to be very difficult because it just takes the Browns to beat them once or something like that, and it's essentially.
I mean, wild card is what probably like there's 11 games left in the season. They probably have to go undefeated or very close to it to even have a shot. So like again, that's what I'm saying. They are very close to like shutting the curtains on this season. So that's why their inspiration. They'll be desperate.
I agree with you. If he's almost 100%, he's probably going to play because they need to win this game. Because if they go 1-6, then yeah, you're right. They're pretty much out of the playoff hunt.
All right, boys. It is prediction time. We are going to go ahead and talk and give props to me. 5-1 this year on my predictions. And I got the score almost spot on, like Miller had mentioned.
But it wasn't as you expected, right?
It was not. I will admit it was not
as you expected.
It was not how I expected, but I will take it. Okay. Miller and Boopin are both sharing a record of 4-2. At the earlier part of the podcast in previous episodes, we had given our schedule predictions. We all predicted this game to be a loss. Has that changed? We're going to ask the man that returned from a long trip because we haven't heard from him. Boopin, is your prediction staying the same? And if so, what's the score?
If Lamar plays, it's a loss, so it stays the same. I say 31-17 Ravens if Lamar plays.
I don't know if I want to accept if Lamar plays, Miller. What do you think? Are we accepting that?
I mean, it is what it is. We're not accepting it.
Okay.
But I'm assuming that he's playing too.
Like looking at the over/under and the spread, he's playing, I think.
I don't.
Do we want to give a one-off here? Do we want to give a one-off that if he doesn't play, what's the score and see how we go?
No.
Okay.
If he doesn't play, I don't want to
hear it next week. I don't want to hear it next week.
If he doesn't play, Bears win. Bears win. If he doesn't play,
but see, no, you can't. See, obviously, that's what I'm saying. So, like, are we gonna agree this one time?
We will take it offline.
Are we gonna bite the bullet?
We will take it offline.
No, we're not taking it offline. We keep it on record. Miller, make a decision. Are we
okay? Then just veto the score and just do win-loss if he is playing and if he's not playing.
Okay, so Boopin is on the win-loss. So he's saying win without loss with Miller.
Yeah. I'm gonna say loss. Yes, I'm gonna say the same thing. This is so dumb.
You guys are pathetic. This is a win-win for the Bears. Win if Lamar is in. Win if Lamar is out. You guys are ridiculous.
I give a score. Give a score then. If you
I don't want to fucking talk about 6 scores.
I think it's a field goal win. If I'm being very honest, I think it's going to be like 34-31, something like that.
Okay, all right.
I think the defense. I think the defense gets 2 turnovers and maybe a touchdown. I would probably say the defense helps us in getting to 30 for sure. But now I feel dumb because now you know what? Pick one. I am vetoing the idea. So Boopin is saying loss.
Lamar plays, we lose 31-17.
Okay. He's saying so Miller?
We lose 27-20.
Actually, I like that score. That's a good score too.
Thanks.
I'm going to go 30-27. 30-27. I want to keep it
field goal.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, that is going to end the recap section and the prediction section, but there's one more we have to do, which is the fantasy recap. We're going to talk about injuries. We're going to talk about players to be looking out for and waiver pickups, but I have a story. I'm officially done with fantasy. I don't care at this point.
Don't do that.
Hey, give me a team. Hey, give me a team. Add me as a co-manager. I'll run it for you.
If you want to do that, that's great. I've just been hit with injuries. And also, can I just say, my sleeper pick, Patriots, hit 20 points on defense. This defense is nuts. But I digress. So, boys, get me started. What are we looking for on the injury front?
They keep piling up. Mike Evans is out majority of the season, probably, for us, fantasy-wise. Jaden Daniels, I don't know if anything came out after, but he has a hamstring injury. At least doubtful for this week. Looking at the spread, too. They were like a 10-point underdog, I think. Deebo Samuel, I heard anything apart from last week's injury again. Miller, feel free to chime in. Bryce Young is out this week. His Red Rifles starting in Panthers land. Darren Waller is week to week, I believe, right, Miller?
Yeah.
Michael Penix is hurt.
Yeah, he has a heel issue. I mean, it doesn't sound to be serious. He finished the game, but it's something to keep an eye on to see if he's playing this week. He's got Miami at home, and Atlanta seems to play a hell of a lot better at home than they do.
It does seem that Bowers is coming back as well.
But he's on a bye, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But that was an injury where they weren't sure what his status was going to be. And I think I saw a report that they expect him to come back after the bye.
Yeah. Lamar possibly coming back this week from the injury. Purdy was very close. Last couple of weeks they've been saying, so I'm pretty sure they've been winning too.
I don't think they're gonna rush him back. Though.
Right. They've been winning, so but like the whole division is like 5-2, right? Like except Arizona, everyone's 5-2, so they may have to keep winning just to be relevant there. Moving on. Hopefully you got these. I guess tonight is a Weber pickup, so tomorrow when you guys hear this episode, hopefully this would have run through. But people on top of the list are Kyle Monangai from our beloved Bears. There's Brashad Smith from the Kansas City, slightly deeper. Someone if you're in need of running back, he may do the trick there as well. Quarterback Jackson Dart, Joe Flacco. What year is it? Aaron Rodgers might be a decent pickup in a revenge game in Green Bay. Probably the biggest pickup, I think. At least a lot of people will spend a lot of their money picking up a guy whose name I had not heard till last week. I'm not going to lie. Orlando Gatson? Like tight end from Charleston? Yeah. He had a decent week prior. He blew up this week. Just be careful. I think Herbert threw the ball 55 times this game.
They were behind against the Colts the entire time.
But yeah, this guy had like 160 yards and a touchdown. So I think everyone's going to run and grab him. I think he has some appeal, but in that game, like Keenan Allen has given me solid weeks, and this week so he's done nothing for me. So I think that offense is going to be feast or famine depending on the week.
There's a lot of pass catchers on that team, and this week they didn't get to run the ball like at all. Yeah. So there's definitely going to see most of the guys saw huge production.
Any update on? I know we're talking about waiver pickups, but I'm sorry, I just had to ask. Was there an update on Samuel from Washington?
I mean, he almost played last week. He almost played last week, so he'll probably be out of the wire again.
Sorry, just wanted to bring that up. Go ahead.
The last pickup is Keyshawn Boutte from the Patriots. Has really good chemistry with Drake May. Seems to be his go-to weapon. I know Diggs has been getting consistent targets there too. Again, and an offense where there's many mouths to feed, so you don't know if Hunter Henry is gonna go off, Diggs is gonna go off, but Boutte seems to be, even though there's not a lot of targets, his targets are usually nice touchdown targets. So definitely someone worth picking, especially in what do they call it, bye apocalypse or whatever. There's 6 teams on bye this week, so there's a lot of teams that are needy.
8.
So if 8 teams on on bye this week, so definitely worthy pickup, even if you get a couple points on the flex spot with Boutte.
That's a solid name.
Any solid defensive pickups, Chris, since you got the magic touch there?
No, but also I guess I may have misspoken earlier. I'm just looking at the schedule. Falcons. It looks like, when is the Germany game? I thought that was coming up.
10 and 11.
Week 10 and 11. There you go. That's what I was trying to figure out. Usually I was going to say teams that travel out, there's usually one team that seems to be a good performer, but that's irrelevant at this point.
We don't have a fucking early game this week?
We do not.
No, not until week 10.
Until week 10. So wanted to get that cleared up. Listen, I'm riding with the Patriots the rest of the year.
Rest of the year, wow.
Yeah, Pittsburgh has been.
Yeah,
it's been hit or miss.
Now you're not riding with your Jets. Jets.
What do you mean for fantasy?
I mean, Steelers are his second team, Miller.
I mean, they're winners. Rodgers is outperforming Caleb, so yeah.
No, when Fields was there,
you became a Steelers fan because of Fields.
Oh, I mean, I became
we don't forget, buddy.
I became a Bills fan. I became a Bills fan with Twitch, or when Mitch left.
That's true. And then you became a Steelers fan when Mitch
he called Mitch Twitch. He called Mitch Twitch.
I'm going to call him Twitch. No, I had an ad for Twitch.
I'm going to call him Twitch Trubisky now.
Well, you can't call him that because he's the substitute. What is he? The backup drive-through guy now at the commercial.
His order was bomb, though. He knows his job. What do you want me to tell you?
Oh wow, it's coming full circle. Remember that tweet from Mitch when he was drafted? I love titties.
Hold on. You want to talk about full circle? Do you remember when Miller? Do you remember when Miller threw a fit that Baker was doing all these commercials for the Browns, and he's like, "Oh, he's not even a great quarterback." Blah blah blah. And now look at Baker; he's on the MVP conversation.
I mean, he took Cleveland to the playoffs. Come on, give that man some flowers, even back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. All right, boys, good return episode, Boopin. Welcome back. I'm glad everything went well. And for those that are still watching, even with our technical difficulties, thank you so much for supporting. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'm not reading that hard anymore. We're not young. I just had my birthday, so I turned 38 the other day.
Happy birthday!
Normal spiel. Bye-bye.